COVID-19 alert levels will still be imposed in the country. In tonight's Talks with the People, President Rodrigo Duterte ruled out removing the alert levels yet, even amid the continuing decline of COVID-19 infections, stressing that the country is not over the hump in its fight against the respiratory disease. On another issue, the chief executive reiterated his stand not to endorse any presidential candidate in the coming elections. For added details, here's Mela Lesmoras. Mela.
Yes, Joey, President Rodrigo Duterte just finished holding his regular talk to the people tonight from Malacanang, and he was joined by several key government officials. During his speech, the chief executive conveyed his gratitude for the continuous decline in the number of COVID-19 cases in the country. But at the same time, he reminded the public that the virus is still here, and he urged those who haven't received their jobs yet to get inoculated, especially the booster shots. The president added, in consideration of the vaccine shelf life and to ensure maximum utilization, the government may implement additional measures to reach more vaccinees nationwide. Meanwhile, in a report presented by Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, the data recorded yesterday has shown that the positivity rate in the country went down to 1.8%. With this, the Philippines also remains in the lower rankings on the COVID-19 trends in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is a reflection of the country's better response against the pandemic. Despite the better situation we are in right now, the DOH calls on the public to continue following the minimum public health standards, especially amid the emergence of the XE variant. For their part, Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez Jr., Presidential Advisor for COVID-19 Response Vince Tison, and DILG Secretary Eduardo Año also elaborated their agency's efforts against the pandemic. In addition, the latest situation in Taal Volcano was also discussed, and DSWD Secretary Rolando Bautista reported the latest updates on the government interventions to help the families affected by the situation. Meanwhile, on top of the government programs, President Duterte also mentioned about the elections, and he reiterated that he is not supporting any presidential candidate, and as much as possible, he wants to stay neutral about the issue. DOH Secretary Duque then added his appeal to election candidates to campaign not only for government posts but also for vaccination. Joey, and that's Salita, Mela Lesmoras for the